the almighty Latin king and queen nation. Born and bred in the Humboldt Park neighborhood in Chicago. The oldest and largest Hispanic gang in America. It can be found in almost every state.
You got brothers from Texas, from New York, from Connecticut, North Carolina, South Carolina, California, basically in almost 41 states.
The super gang follows an intricate system of rules, symbols, and hierarchies dreamed up by the King of Kings, Gustavo Colon, aka Lord Gino.
There's literature, and I mean, it's just so much more organized than any other street gang.
That organization starts with the gang structure, which mimics a corporation. In Chicago, it's divided into regions: Montrose, Humboldt Park, South Chicago, Little Village, and Crown Town. Inside each region are dozens of chapters, which are largely divided by neighborhood. The chapters and regions are governed by an elaborate hierarchy that begins with the two Coronas, Lord Gino and BK. Then come regional officers, similar to generals.
There would be 15 to 20 chapters to one region officer. They would go from those Coronas to the region officers. The region officers had a certain amount of chapters under them. Nation enforcers were to run all the chapters under them.
The power flows downward. At the top of each chapter are Incas, the highest-ranking officers. The cacique, Spanish for chief, is second in command. Each chapter has an enforcer who makes sure everyone follows the rules. Finally, there are the Latin King soldiers, the backbone of the gang.
It's basically a chain of command, and everybody has to follow it.
The street soldiers patrol the streets, guarding the king's turf from rivals like the Satan disciples.
As the Satan disciple killer, kings are disrespecting Satan disciples.
We got people hiding on the roofs with the guns. Well, you whistle, and you'll see Latin Kings pouring out of every corner.
In a city like Chicago, recruiting is a top priority. There's no age limit or race requirement, and recruits come from all over the metro area. All that matters is their willingness to put in work.
You could be young as 10 years old. It really doesn't have a number. If you got the heart to do it and you can prove it, we'll initiate you right in.
The Kings call potential recruits the new generation. The first step to joining the nation is enduring a brutal violation. Big T ordered scores of these beatings.
You could get initiated by taking a violation in, which is a 3-minute violation.
You got any tattoos on you?
The recruits might also have to commit a crime as proof of their loyalty.
You check them already?
You still want to turn in the Latin King, we might send you to do hits.
Pull up your pants, man. Where do you stay at?
We might send you to do some missions. We might have you shoot somebody. Have you rob somebody. Have you do some, things in the hood to prove yourself.
It's only after passing these physical tests that a recruit can learn the teachings of the nation. The soldier must memorize the rules and swear to honor them.
Everybody has to abide by those rules, and they took that really seriously. And they really follow those rules, which is the reason of their success.
To the Latin Kings, every letter, every word, every action stands for something.
Almighty stands for a love measured in great harmony towards Yahweh. In Latin is Latin American tribe illuminating naturally. In Kings is knowledge indestructible, nobility going strength. In nation is natural allies together in one nucleus.
The Latin Queens are also a critical part of the gang. They're recruited and expected to perform.
We used to look out for the guys when they were going to go do their dirt. But as time went by, the girls got in as bad as the guys. I mean, they won't think about it twice in taking your life if they found themselves in that situation.
They're used for holding our guns. We sent them off on a mission where they wouldn't suspect two females to come at them. We'd send them to go pull a hit. We'd send them to do things for us in our neighborhoods where they wouldn't suspect women at all, but they are Latin queens.
Latin kings and queens promise to follow 5 guiding principles.
Once a king, always a king. No king shall engage in gay acts. No kings are supposed to be collaborating with the media. And no king is to lead the nation without the approval from those coronas. And one king moves, all kings move.
Those who break the rules are disciplined at weekly meetings.
During these game meetings, they have their leader who plays the judge. You have a legal coordinator who has to represent the guy, and they decide, well, this person's going to get kicked out of the gang if he's going to get violated.
In this case, a violation refers to physical punishment. This video shows the violation of a soldier who didn't carry out an order to kill a rival.
The Cacique ordered everybody to get in a circle, which they normally do for the meeting. And then after that, everybody in that house was told to beat that Latin King gang member. They gave him basically a minute violation head to toe. The gang members were getting tired after about a minute. They stopped, and the Inca said, no, 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 continue, continue.
Don't stop, man. Don't stop. Don't stop. Stop. Whoever stops, you get hit too, man.
The nation's ultimate discipline is called the Gold Crush.
The Gold Crush was coming through your chapter. You know something was wrong. That's what they call the nation enforcer, with about 12 other guys that was coming to visit the Inca because he knew he screwed up.
Mercy isn't guaranteed.
Sometimes you get your ass beat, you get a bullet to the knee, baseball bat to the head, your crown stripped. Sometimes even death. The
Latin King's colors are sacred.
The colors that we stand for and we believe in, which is black and gold. Gold is for the sun, where we pray to Yahweh as we face the east. And black is for darkness amongst all enemies.
Their favored symbols are the crown and the lion, icons of courage and pride. These symbols show up everywhere, including the gang's ink.
Every Latin King is required to have a tattoo of a crown or just the initials of Latin Kings or dots. The Latin King, that's the only thing that they got love for. Everything else, they say them.
The crown also shows up in their tags, which mark their territory. The kings on Chicago's South Side, who are largely of Mexican descent, traditionally represent with the 5-point crown. The 5 points represent love, honor, obedience, sacrifice, and righteousness.
If you're in Latin King's territory, you would definitely see markings of a crown with an L on one side of it and a K on the other side of it, which stands for Latin Kings.
Latin King Nation. It's got the 5-point crown.
The Latin Kings are also known to sport a 3-point crown.
The 3-point crown is primarily used by the Puerto Rican Latin Kings.
The Latin King's gang sign resembles the 3-point crown, with index, thumb, and little fingers pointed up.
Our 3-point crown is knowledge, wisdom, and understanding.
All Latin Kings who represent with the crown know one thing for certain: death is never far away.
King of Kings, maker of the universe and foundation of life.
As this video from 1990 shows, those who fall are given the ultimate respect. The king being honored here was shot and killed a few days earlier by a rival gang member.
King loved yesterday, today, tomorrow, always and forever. Amor. Amor.
Death may be a reality for the kings, but the message to other gangs remains clear. If you mess with one Latin King, you mess with the entire nation.
You walk around in the wrong neighborhood with wrong colors, you might get stopped, you might get checked, you might even get shot at. So you gotta know where you're at when you're in Chicago. Motherfuckers out here, they ain't playing around.